A KSL Sports presentation. Game Night Live kicks off now. Sponsored by UCCU.
It's week 7 of the high school football season. 10 teams are putting their undefeated records on the line, and region supremacy is starting to take form. It all unfolds right now. This is Game Night Live. Thanks for making us a part of your Saturday evening plans. Now, we're going to start the show with the region that has claimed the last 4 state champions in Class 6A, 2 for Lone Peak, 2 for Corner Canyon. But so far this season, it's the Skyridge Falcons sitting on the region's throne through 6 weeks, a perfect 6-0 to start the season off. But to sit on the throne, you have to beat those past kings. On Friday night, Skyridge hosting Corner Canyon. First quarter, Skyridge was dictating the terms of the contest. The interception by Jackson Fenton puts the Falcons in business. Carter Sheffield would then score on the short touchdown run to make it 7-0. Later in the quarter, Trent Call hits Fenton. He falls into the end zone, and Skyridge leads 14-0 after 1. The story flipped in the second quarter. Isaac Wilson to Jackson Ames down inside the 5. The Chargers scored on the next play. Then 3 minutes later, Wilson to take care. We've got ourselves a ball game. With a 3-point lead in the second half, Skyridge gives it away. Call's pass is picked off by Owen Borg. The Chargers would go on to score on a run by Drew Patterson. 21-17, Corner Canyon lead, their first of the game. The defense would secure that lead. Another Borg interception. And Corner Canyon hands Skyridge its first loss of the season, 21-17. All right, so Corner Canyon is back on top of Region 4 for now. If Lone Peak can beat American Fork on the road, the Knights will remain tied with Corner Canyon for the Region 4 lead. Lone Peak and American Fork are neck and neck in the RPI2. They're ranked 4th and 5th there. Both teams playing solid defense. Second quarter, Lone Peak going for the end zone, but American Fork comes up with the interception to keep the game scoreless. Lone Peak would force AF to punt, though. It's Cole Christensen back to return. He's got all the right moves. Spins out of a tackle and then takes off. 55-yard return, and American Fork has a 7-0 lead. Later in the quarter, the first big offensive play of the game. Brooks Wild somehow stays on his feet. 62-yard touchdown run. Lone Peak doubles the lead. American Fork is able to slice into that before the half. Champion Edwards dumps the pass down on the screen. 17-yard touchdown. It's 14-7 at the half. Same score in the fourth quarter when AF gets their biggest play of the game. Caleb Peterson jumps the route, returns it 55 yards to tie the game. American Fork had a chance to win it with 10 seconds left. 28-yard field goal. It was good, but the ref said no good. So we go to overtime. In OT, after a missed Lone Peak field goal, American Fork gets another shot at a win, and this time the field goal counts. American Fork, Lone Peak, Skyridge are all now 1-1 in Region 4 play. What about Pleasant Grove? They were taking on Westlake in a defensive battle. The game's only touchdown came in the second quarter. Mason Jensen to Sean Cottle. It's a 32-yard score. The Vikings improved to 5-2 on the season. They are also 1-1 in region play with the 7-0 win. When the regular season ends in 3 weeks, it's the final RPI standings that determine playoff seeding. Corner Canyon jumped to number 1 with its win over Skyridge, but right behind them, Farmington. A team that is yet to lose this fall, and a team that's hungry to prove that it belongs in the conversation as a title contender in just its second season in Class 6A. Farmington trying to stay perfect against the Roy Royals. They're up 7-0 when Roy pulls out this play. Drew Gardner to Robert Young. Great catch, great run. Down inside the 5. They would score on the next play to tie the game at 7. Now Farmington has some big play offense. Easton White to Ben Stuckey. Look at him get out of that and dodge the defender. 40-yard touchdown for a 14-7 lead. They also had big play defense. Dayton Runyon with the interception. He takes it home for 6, and Farmington gets a big win. 45-15 over Roy. They're still unbeaten. The Syracuse Titans are also without a loss in Region 1 play. They were visiting Clearfield in the second quarter. Titans already up 21-0. Falcons can't handle the punt snap. Easton Craythorne picks it up. 25-yard return. It's 28-0. Fourth quarter, Kobe Bennett already with a 17-yard touchdown run. He adds a 14-yarder here. You can't take him down. Titans pitch a 49-0 shutout. Fremont can make it a 3-way tie for first in Region 1 if they could beat Davis on Friday night. First quarter tied at 3. Christian Blanche rolls to the right side of the field, picks it off, returns it for the 10-3 lead. Second quarter, game tied. The Silver Wolves go deep. Slade Parker to Jace Hadley, 63 yards. It's a 17-10 lead. Second half was all Davis, though. Jackson Stevens to Caden Eggett, 12-yard touchdown, ties it at 17. Fourth quarter, this is how you ice a game. Under a minute to go, Davis up 6, punting away. Fremont muffs the return. Carter Knight picks it up, and he's going the other way for the score. Davis winning big, 30-17. Well, after starting the season 3-0, Layton has lost 3 in a row. They were hosting Weber on Friday. Third quarter, Tyler Wenzel to the end zone. Elias Parkinson over the defense made it 28-7. Fourth quarter, Porter Cannon shakes the defender off in the backfield, waltzes in for the touchdown. Lancers take it to the Warriors, 38-19. 3 years ago, the Mountain Ridge football program made its debut in our state. They went 0-11 the following season. The Sentinels finally got their first win in program history. In fact, they won 4 games that season. Then in year number 3, last season, they finished 8-3. Is this the trajectory for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels? Is it sustainable? Well, with a 5-1 record, the Sentinels were tested at home against Bingham on Friday night. It was our Game Night Live game of the week. Mountain Ridge struck first. Quarterback Jackson Reeser on the keeper for the Sentinels. A 68-yard score. Mountain Ridge added a field goal. Then in the second quarter, Bingham's quarterback Dallin Martinez with his own keeper, cutting the lead to 3 right before the half. Martinez to Carson Sudbury there. Miners up 14-13 at the break. In the second half, all Bingham. Martinez connecting with Sudbury again. This one, a 48-yard score. And Bingham shuts out the Sentinels in the second half. They get the 24-13 win. How about Harriman and West Jordan? A win would keep them tied with Bingham for the Region 3 lead. In the second quarter, West Jordan's Damian Crosby, a 15-yard touchdown pass, made it 7-0. Harriman would kick a field goal with 30 seconds left in the half. On the kickoff, they would recover that fumble. So they're in business. They take just 30 seconds to do this. Freddie Tati to Caden Hansen for the 10-7 halftime lead. In the third quarter, West Jordan up 14-10. Daltrez Johnson, a 1-yard touchdown dive, and West Jordan holds on for that win. They're keeping pace with Bingham. Another Region 3 battle, this one between Riverton and Copper Hills. Riverton's first possession, a pretty good one. On the opening kickoff, Easton Hicks from his own 23. And if you're watching a kickoff return, good chances it's going to end with points here on Game Night Live. A 77-yard return. The Silver Wolves are up 7-0. 2 minutes left in the half. Tegan Morgan rolls out, finding Gavin Rich. A 5-yard score. Riverton was up 17-6 at the break, and the Silver Wolves roll over the Grizzlies 34-14. Stansbury High School's Ezra Harris should not be overlooked as one of the top quarterbacks in the state this year. He has the second best touchdown to interception ratio across Class 5A and 6A. 21 touchdowns, just 4 picks. He also has a running back in Matiaki Halu, who leads all players with 14 total touchdowns this season. A big reason why Stansbury is 6-0 coming into Friday night's matchup with Cedar Valley. Winner would be all alone in first place in Region 7. In the first quarter, Stansbury up 7-zip when Ezra runs a 26-yard touchdown to put the Stallions up 14-0. Later in the second, Ezra Harris would throw the 4-yard touchdown to Dylan Hamilton. That extends the lead to 21-0. You know the story from here, right? Stansbury rolls again. They win 46-7. Provo's been slipping a little bit lately. They were facing Spanish Fork on Friday night. Provo's Kyson Condi throws the 13-yard fade route to Lanatalo Taki. How about that? Puts the Bulldogs up 7-3 in the first quarter. Spanish Fork down 14-3 in the second. Running back Will Dart runs in the touchdown. It's 14-10 at the half. The Dons in the fourth quarter. Will Dart passes to Gabe Ashworth. 5-yard touchdown, taking a 17-14 lead. Spanish Fork would hold on to that lead for the 3-point win. Let's check in with Region 11 leaders in Class 4A. Mountain Crest visiting Logan. This was expected to be a close, low-scoring game, but the Mustangs had other ideas. Dax Benson, 3-yard touchdown, made it 7-0 in the first quarter. Next time Mountain Crest touches the ball, it ends up in a 4-yard touchdown run by Dante McCurdy, 14-0. Logan couldn't get anything going on offense. Braden Tannehill gets the tip ball interception, takes it down to the 4. Few plays later, Casey Crofts with the QB sneak, and Mountain Crest winning big, 38-7. Desert Hills was taking on Snow Canyon in Region 10. Thunder down 7-0 when Noah Fualitolo goes goes all the way here. Taven Mortensen finds himself wide open. 39-yard touchdown ties the game up in the third quarter. Snow Canyon Warriors up 1. Carson Nowatzki with the sweep. It's 21-13 Warriors. A few minutes later, Desert Hills gets picked off. Coulter Stewart going to take it all the way back for 6. Snow Canyon scored 21 in the third. That helped them pull away for the 35-20 win. Crimson Cliffs is still at the top of Region 10 after Friday night's win against Hurricane. Cliffs quarterback Steele Brown throws a 7-yard touchdown to Jordan Eaton, makes it a 10-7 lead in the second quarter. Right before the half, Crimson down 17-14. Steele Barban finds McCord Christensen for the clutch touchdown to give them the 21-17 lead in the half. And the third quarter, Crimson up 21-17. Steele Barban to Jordan Eaton for the 43-yard touchdown, puts Crimson Cliffs up 28-17, and Crimson Cliffs would go on to win this one 48-17. Park City, Brighton, and Springville, all with just one loss this season. We'll check in with each of them and more from Class 5A, plus our top 5 plays of the week, the Game Night 5, when we come back. All right, let's get Game Night Live rolling again. Will Springville make a return trip to the state title game this season? Well, when they've been tested by some of the other contenders in Class 5A this year, they've outlasted their opponent. They won big against Skyline. They held on to beat Bountiful by 1 point and Provo by 4 points earlier this season. On Friday night, Wasatch could overtake Springville for the Region 9 lead with a win, but Springville's running back Tavita Valetti, he has been a force for the Red Devils offense. He added another career game to his resume. In the first half alone, Valetti would score 4 of Springville's 5 first-half touchdowns to put the Red Devils up 35-17 at the half. Wasatch would trail by as many as 24, but still had some fight. How about Crew Erickson, an 18-yard pass to Matt Kelson for the touchdown. Wasatch would convert the 2-point try and make the game 41-25. With 11 minutes left in the fourth, Chris Cook would run the 1-yard touchdown in to make it a 41-33 game with 9 minutes left. The Red Devils, Casanova Valetti with the 1-yard touchdown to give Springville the 48-33 lead. They needed that one because Wasatch got another one. Erickson throws the 70-yard touchdown to Kelson to make the game a 48-40 score, but Springville would hold on for that 8-point win. All right, so how about the top of Region 6? Brighton was visiting East. The Leopards' defense was nasty. Scoreless game in the third quarter. The strip sack. They swarmed the ball and recover. That would lead to the Luca Viana field goal for the 3-0 lead. Brighton finally found East's kryptonite, and his name is Case Gurr. The 12-yard touchdown for the 7-3 Brighton lead. Then in the fourth, Gurr, another touchdown plunge, and Brighton is 4-0 in region play with a 14-3 win. Park City with just one loss this season. Tested on Friday night by Olympus, though. Titans' Charles Sherwood getting into the end zone on the run. Olympus up 7-0 in the first quarter. Olympus in the second quarter scores again to go up 14-0. The second quarter, Park City would get going late. Joseph Eldridge with the field goal, 14-7 at the half. Chase Byer with his second touchdown to Gavin Bichner to tie the game at 14-14. In the third quarter, Park City then goes up 21-14 with the Mason Grove touchdown. And Park City holds on to the lead. They win that game 21-14. In Region 8, Orem was hosting Alta. Tigers doing their damage on the ground in this game. First quarter, True Toa, 17-yard score, made it 7-0 Orem. In the second quarter, it's Feletti Longi's turn, 14-yard touchdown run to extend the lead to 13-0. Alta would get a touchdown in the third. Bronco Hansel Fotu from 22 yards makes it a 6-point game, but Roger Saliaponga would get a touchdown to ice it, and Orem wins 20-7. Another battle of teams who have yet to lose in region play, Northern Utah foes Box Elder and Bountiful. Box Elder on a 4-game win streak and the only team in Region 5 with just one overall loss this season. Bountiful's only losses have come against Springville and Farmington, and they had a nail-biter on Friday night. The Redhawks won their first quarter with this play. Owen Geilman, 32-yard touchdown, made it 7-0 after one, but they wouldn't score in the second. Box Elder's Daxon Sumko on the tricky handoff. Did you see that? This ties the game up with a 22-yard touchdown run. He bowls over the defenders. Bees would lead 10-7 at the half. A fourth quarter field goal put Box Elder up 13-7 with just over 2 minutes to go, but Bountiful retakes the lead. It's Geilman to Brigham Morrison, and that right there would be the game winner. Bountiful by a point, 14-13. In Region 5, the 3-3 Woods Cross Wildcats trying to upset 5-1 Bonneville. Second quarter, game tied at 7. Cash Henderson bullies his way in from the left side for the 14-7 lead. Woods Cross defense was stout all night. Alvin Puefua, the big-time TFL. Woods Cross gets that upset win, 17-7. Tight game in the rivalry between Northridge and Viewmont. Second quarter, Viewmont's already up a touchdown when Luke Jacobs floats one down the field for Scott Noel. 37-yard score, 14-0 Vikings. They led 17-7 at half. Northridge would blow up in the third quarter, though. Porter Olson to Zach Smith cuts the lead to 3. Then the defense. Amari McDaniel punching the ball loose. A.J. Tillman scoops it, and he scores it. Can't be taken down. It's a 21-17 lead. Then the screen pass to Tillman. He is a talented runner with the football. 76 yards. It's a 21-point quarter, and they now have a 28-17 lead. But then Viewmont answers with a monster fourth quarter. Luke Jacobs to Kingston Mickens. This one goes for a 25-yard touchdown. They would connect twice in the quarter for touchdowns, and Viewmont comes back for the 39-36 win. A wild one between Manti and Canyon View. Try to keep up here. Manti strikes first on a crazy play. Kason Douglas to Reggie Frischnecht. Big gain, but he fumbles at the 2. Guess what? Hunter Stevens recovers and scores at 7-0 Manti. They make it 14-0 when Douglas finds Frischnecht on a fade. Then Canyon View catches up quick. Jackson Jensen to Reggie Ludlow. A 70-yard touchdown. Then the Falcons get it done on the ground. Kyler Roundy emerges from this mass of humanity, rumbles into the end zone. Canyon View takes the lead when Ludlow reels in this. Watch. One-handed touchdown, 21-14 Falcons. After Manti opens the second half with a kick return for a touchdown, Canyon View responds with another big pass play. Jensen finds Trey Bueller. He wrestles the ball away from a defender for an 80-yard touchdown. Manti was driving for the late lead with the game tied at 28 when they fumble near the goal line. Canyon View taking advantage. Nick Macias with the game-winning touchdown run, and Canyon View moving to 5-2 this season. Juab still undefeated after Friday night's game against North St. Pete. The Wasps jumped out to a 21-7 lead. Alex Jackson to Ryan Robinson. That's good for a 71-yard touchdown. North St. Pete is trying to keep up in this one. This is P.J. Cook getting to the edge and turning the Jets on. But he's going to lose the ball at the end of the run. The Hawks did recover. Turns out to be a 50-yard gain after the fumble. Later in the drive, North St. Pete quarterback Tyler Allen with his best Patrick Mahomes impression. How about that? Spins out of a sack, throws the sidearm dart to George Murillo for a touchdown. And two teams combined for 42 first-quarter points. Juab, though, pulls away in the second half. Alex Jackson to Justin Stevens, a 92-yard score. And Juab rolling on. They're still unbeaten. Another team defending an undefeated record, South Summit at Summit Academy. Summit Academy has a goal. They want to bring the football to you, to your living room. Look out. South Summit had other goals, though. How about this? Caleb E. Thompson, a 25-yard touchdown run. Wildcats tie the game at 7. In the second quarter, this time it's Thompson on the receiving end of the screen pass. He outraces the defense for a 51-yard score to make it 20-7. South Summit comes out flying with the game winner, 33-14. They're 7-0. All right. We gathered the best of the best from Week 7. We put them all together and then narrowed it down to the top plays of the week. And here they are. It's time for the Game Night 5. And, of course, as always, we begin with number 5, Davis and Fremont. The Silverwolves are going to muff the punt return, but Carter Wright, Johnny on the spot, right place, right time, right into the end zone on a 49-yard return for the touchdown. Number 4, Canyon View receiver Trenton Ludlow, the one-handed catch for the touchdown. The Falcons pull off a thriller against Manti. So many great plays in this one, but this one stood out as the top one. All right, Northridge and Viewmont. You got to keep your eye on the ball here because somehow Northridge running back A.J. Tillman makes the catch. It looked like it was going to be picked off, but Tillman comes up with the ball. Number 3, look out for Jack Stouffer of Park City. You don't want this to happen to you. My goodness. Stouffer with the pass breakup in the Miners win over Olympus, and that Olympus player went home with a headache. Number 1 comes from Box Elder with a little trickery. Who has it? Ryan Griffin with the sneaky handoff to Daxton Sumko for the touchdown. If you missed it, look closely. He wrapped it around for the handoff. What a play there. That's number one. More Game Night Live, the highlight reel, right after this. Let's get to it. It's Week 7's highlight reel. Game Night Live goes to St. George this week. It's Dixie and Snow Canyon. Watch it live on the KSL TV app.